and we're glad to have you sharing with us as we continue to bring you coverage across New York City, the Bronx, talking about a variety of different things. But of course, front and center, the issue of COVID-19 and how it's affecting Bronxites, Bronx institutions. And so we have a very special guest in the studio sharing with us a little bit about, well, I should say in studio, coming from home, I should say, or in a remote location better. How about that? Lorraine Cashin, who's actually the director of physician assistant studies at Mercy College. And no, she's not in the studio. She's not going to tell you where she is, but we do know that she's virtual. Lorraine, how are
Yes,
you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. We're so used to like doing the show in studio and having it. So, there's just certain things just flow like naturally, right? But the truth is we're
Exactly.
coming virtually because COVID has caused a lot of adjustments. And so if you could share with us a little bit about, your physician's assistant studies program and how that's been affected through this all.
Well, our program has really been very severely affected. We've gone from pulling our students out. We have two cohorts going at a time. We've pulled our students out of their clinical year, which should have been their final year. They're one rotation away from graduation, and they can't finish that rotation until this clears up. So that's been a pretty serious sequence of events for them. And it was really a serious thought process that a lot of opinions and weight went into that through administration, through us. The second year students are finishing up their didactic year. We had to transition into a fully online. So there is nobody on the campus. If you go onto the campus, it's like a ghost town. It's kind of a little creepy. Um, but it is fully online. So all the students have transitioned online. So we're doing all of our classes online. We're testing online. I'm holding my director meetings online. We're having advising online, office hours online. So it's completely different. It's as if they've now gone to an online school.
Right. And I'll come back to that. I'll come back to a little bit about the learning process because obviously that's an adjustment from being in a classroom to going online. I'll let you jump into that in a second, but I want to also ask you about your graduates, right? Because these
Yeah.
graduates are now hitting the front lines, and
Yes.
who would ever thought that like as soon as you graduate that you'd have to immediately go into what is the epicenter of this pandemic?
Yes. Yes. And we have a lot of them. As a matter of fact, I'm collecting a lot of them to create a tribute wall. And we have so many that have written back to me, and I see them in their PPE, which is their personal protective equipment. And I am just tremendously proud of all of them. But they are, if they weren't in the front line, if they weren't in the emergency room or in the ICU or on the internal medicine floor, they've been repurposed and now they're there. So they're not only learning for the first time what it's like to be in the emergency room, but they are learning by baptism by fire.
So, Lorraine, if you could share a little bit with me about the work that Mercy is doing, particularly with Elmhurst Hospital. And we know Elmhurst Hospital is ground zero. And I know you guys are doing a great job of also preparing supplies and sending supplies. So, share a little bit about how that supply chain is being doled out.
Well, Darren, we have a lot of programs, health science, natural science programs, health science programs within our college. So we have a lot of the supplies that the students would normally wear as they train to get ready to go out. So what we did was myself, Brian Baker, and Lori Bubb went up to the campus, onto the Bronx campus, and we gathered everything that we could that we knew that they needed. And we packed our cars full and we drove them down to the Bronx and we met Dr. Cherkis, who is the medical director of the PA program in the Bronx for Mercy College, and also works at Elmhurst. So we met him there and we gave him the medical supplies.
Yeah. A lot of need, particularly at Elmhurst Hospital. We know that they've been going through it, and we continue to follow it, from head to toe. But talk to us about some of your physician assistants and where they're actually working and what things they're actually doing. Because when we hear physician's assistants, that's a general term, but there's some real, let's put some legs to that.
Our physician assistants, we have some at Elmhurst. Our physician assistants are the first ones in the patient's room, in some of the COVID patients' rooms, that are seeing them, diagnosing them, treating them, putting them on ventilators, sometimes extubating them, sometimes pronouncing the time that they die. They are really, along with the physicians, they are the front line with the nurses, with the doctors, but they're really out there. They're the heroes as well as the doctors and all healthcare, everybody in healthcare, and armed forces and police and everybody else. I'm going to give credit to everybody, but our PAs are really out there, and they're strong, and they're in Montefiore, they're in the Bronx. I mean, our communities are really very similar. So to the populations that we serve. So we want to give everybody the opportunity to have as much equipment as possible to be the strongest that they can to survive through all this and come out stronger.
As a director, right, I know that you're involved in the training component and getting them ready for this. But when you say getting them ready, but when you talk about this, did you ever think that we would be seeing this? I know that you've got to train people, but to be trained for this is something that a lot of people saying, listen, we never expected to happen.
No. I mean, I trained at Elmhurst, right? So it's a level 1 trauma hospital, and I trained for a lot. And working with the students, you train them to expect the worst and hope for the best. But never, ever did you really think on this scale would we be seeing something like this.
Right.
So that's why I say I'm extremely proud of my students, because they're holding up tremendously.
There may be some people who are inspired, right, who want to get on the front lines now. Say, listen, I want to do this, and I'm liking what I see in terms of public service. So talk to people about, if they have this desire and they want to learn and they want to get in this program, what do they do?
What do? They start with taking some science classes, and they start to really understand, is it that they want to be a hero because everybody loves a hero, or do they want to be a physician assistant, right? And then that's working in healthcare. And that's sometimes, hopefully when COVID is gone, it's doing the everyday things, but it's still a great profession. And even today, people can help. People can give blood. People can donate their plasma. People behind the lines that are dropping off food. People that are picking up garbage. There's heroes everywhere you look. People like BronxNet that make the communities aware of what's happening and give them resources to turn to. You guys are heroes yourselves.
Oh, well, thank you. You guys are too. And thank you so much for taking the time to share with us. Lorraine Cashin, thank you so much. Great work. Director of the Physician's Assistant Studies Program at Mercy College. Keep up the great work and stay safe.
Thank you, Daren. You too.
All righty. Listen, we want you to continue to stay connected to us. We do have more open coming up. We'll be right back right after this.